My name is Hayley. I work as a consultant and I'm also a stage 4 melanoma patient, currently on a trial for melanoma. I had my first melanoma when I was 21. So it was just a little freckle on the back of my left shoulder blade that I hit one day and it hurt. So my mum actually took me to my GP and he said straight away, we need to cut this out. It was only very small and then that came back as melanoma. So I had a wide excision and that was sort of it. I had regular skin checks for I think 5 years at the cancer clinic, and then 10 years later I felt a mass in my left armpit when I was 31 and it was stage 4 melanoma. I think because I was so young, I was 21, I kind of just didn't think too much about it. I just sort of had that attitude, oh yeah, no, it's fine. But then when I found out I had to get it cut out and there was lots of scans and tests and stuff like that done, it was really worrying, and to know that there was a possibility that it could return sort of played on my mind for a little while. It was really shocking how serious it actually was. Yeah, so since I've found my melanoma, I try and I don't like the heat to start with, just being out in the heat is so uncomfortable for me. I've never sort of been anyone who's a beach goer, a sunbaker, anything like that. So I've only really been sunburnt twice in my whole life on holidays. And I still ended up with stage 4 melanoma. So just knowing that, I'm very cautious about going out in the sun, always wearing hats and protecting my skin and just staying in the shade, avoiding peak times of the day when the sun's out. So it is something that becomes a part of your life and you become very cautious. Yeah, so I check my skin all the time, both the surface of my skin and underneath the surface of my skin, because I know that it can come up in lumps and bumps underneath your skin as well. So I just do monthly skin checks on myself and check for anything that's changed. Obviously I have a oncology team, so I point anything out to them that I think is a bit iffy. I've had lots of, not lots, but I've had a few things cut out just because I wanted them cut out because they looked different. They popped up out of nowhere, or they got darker, or they're always very small as well, but anything that's changed, I get it cut off. I think I've done a good job of convincing a lot of my friends and family to get a skin check. I'm very open with my story and I'm happy to share my experience, and if anything, I think it scares a lot of people into getting skin checks, but I think it's just very important, and it should just be a part of everyone's yearly medical checks, I think. I think because we are outside so much, a lot of people play sports, we have a sort of laid back attitude and she'll be right, and it's sort of, we just put it off. A lot of people don't like going to the doctors, and I think also people just don't realise how serious skin cancer can be. A lot of people do just think it's something that you cut out and that's the end of it, but that's not the reality. I think that would be amazing. People always tell me how expensive skin checks are and how they can't afford it. They've got themselves, their partner, their kids, everyone that needs to get checked, and that can cost thousands of dollars, so people just don't do it. But obviously the earlier we catch these skin cancers and melanomas, the less time and money and things we're going to have to spend on these advanced treatments and looking after people that are dying from skin cancer. So if we can do screening early, it's going to save lives and save our economy. I just don't know why people wouldn't want to do that. I know, it's uncomfortable being naked in front of someone you don't know, or, you might be body conscious and worried, or sometimes people are worried about what the answers will be from getting a skin check, but I just wish everyone would do it because it can save your life, and you have to think about your loved ones as well. So if you're putting these things off, it can affect not just you, but your family and your friends and everyone that loves you.